Welcome to another episode of Foraging in England. Today we're going to be looking at this plant, Cornered Leek. Cornered Leek is a plant that is from the family of the onion and of the garlic, and many people know them as snowballs. These flowers, they're very beautiful flowers. I haven't researched it quite thoroughly yet. Just happened to see it on my book the other day, and when we were walking found it. So we decided to collect it. I believe the stalks and the flowers are both edible. I'm going to collect a few and we're going to go home and research it a bit more deeply. This is how it looks, a triangular stalk, and that's the flowers. We got home with a lovely bunch of Cornered Leek, and now it's time to research it and to decide what are we going to cook with it. Once again, this plant doesn't appear in my books. I have found why it doesn't appear in my Foraging for Wild Foods here. The reason is that this book is based in UK foods, and this plant is an invasive plant. It was brought from the Mediterranean and it's been grown in the UK, but it's actually offense to plant it in the wild. So people is not very loving of this Cornered Leek or snowball plant. The medicinal properties of it, well, there is no specific mention on the medicinal use, but they contain a sulfur compounds, and when added to a diet in a regular basis, they are supposed to help reduce cholesterol blood levels and as a tonic to the digestive system and to tonify the circulatory system. The reason there is not like a lot of medicinal uses of this plant is because it's not as strong as its cousin, the wild garlic. So even though it has the similar properties, are in less strength. So if you have to choose one of the two plants, you will go straight away for the garlic, which is quite interesting. Is again, the information that I have about is cooking is that it's very versatile and you can add it to many different dishes. So what we're going to do with this plant, because it's so versatile, we're going to cook three things. We're going to cook a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. So for breakfast, we're going to have some scrambled eggs with a Cornered Leek mix in it to give it a bit of an oniony and garlic flavor. We're going to make a soup, and we're going to put it in the soup and at the end as well as a garnish. And we're going to cook a fish with potatoes in the oven, a haddock with potatoes in the oven, and again we're going to use this plant as garnish. But as said before, you can use it in many different ways. It's a lovely quiche you can do with using it. You can use it to make a pesto, or the limit is in your imagination. We are cooking a butternut squash with a garnish of Cornered Leek. So we're going to start by dicing the butternut squash and put it in the oven to bake and make it sweeter. I'm going to add a bit of this chopped Cornered Leek to the onion that is cooking, and then I will add the butternut squash that is in the oven, and that's it. Easy. We're going to cook a haddock in the oven with potatoes, and we're going to use the Cornered Leek as a garnish. We're going to mix some of the stalks with the baked potatoes, and we're going to put the flowers at the end just to add a little bit of color and make the plate more beautiful. As always, the first thing we need to do is to wash the plant. I am cooking my fish in a bed of potato and onion that I'm going to add to the oven, and I'm adding a bit of this delicious sprinkle stalls of 3 corn leek. I'm going to put the fish on top. And finally, just as a garnish, a few beautiful flowers. Good morning. It's time for our last recipe, scrambled eggs with 3 corn leek. This is the end of our 3 corn leek episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the next time you go for a walk, you keep your eyes open to see if you can see this little beautiful flower and add it to your meals. I think my favorite part of this plant is the fact that it makes every meal look beautiful. You see the 3 meals that we did with the garnish of the flowers, it just looks pretty. It makes a very pretty presentation of the dish. So don't be afraid of adding it to anything, because it's just basically a garlic or an onion. So it's very versatile, again, like wild garlic. And you can use it in many different manners. Please let me know in the comment what have you done with it. If you like it, subscribe. And we hope we see you again soon for another episode of Foraging in the UK. Bye!